I never thought I'd say this out loud, but moving into a nursing home was one of the hardest decisions of my life, and if I could turn back the clock, I might have chosen differently. Don't get me wrong. On paper, it sounded like the perfect solution. No more worrying about grocery shopping, medications, or mowing the lawn. A safe environment, trained staff, social activities, and a place where I wouldn't feel like a burden to my children. At least that's what I believed. But reality has a way of shattering illusions. And after living here for some time, I've discovered 6 hard truths about nursing homes that nobody really tells you until you're already inside. If you're reconsidering this move for yourself or for someone you love, you need to hear this from someone who's been there. 1. You lose more independence than you think. I used to enjoy small freedoms. Taking a walk when I wanted, cooking my own meals, watching TV late at night. Here, everything runs on a schedule, meals at fixed times, activities set by staff, lights out whether you're ready or not. Even simple things like choosing what to eat or when to bathe can become a negotiation. At first, I told myself it didn't matter. But over time, those little losses add up, and you start to feel like a guest in your own life. 2. Loneliness still finds you. One of the biggest promises was that I'd be surrounded by people. But let me tell you, being around others doesn't mean you want to feel lonely. Many residents here are dealing with memory loss, declining health, or their own grief. Friendships are fragile, and some days it feels like you're invisible in a crowd. There are activities, sure, but the emotional connection you crave, real companionship, is harder to find than you'd think. 3. Staff care is stretched thin. The nurses and aides are kind, but they're overworked and outnumbered. They juggle dozens of residents, and even with the best intentions, they can't give everyone the attention they deserve. If you need help, you often have to wait sometimes for hours, and that waiting chips away at your dignity. It makes you feel small, powerless, and dependent in ways you never imagined. 4. Family visits don't fill the gap. Before moving here, I believed my children and grandkids would visit all the time. But life is busy. They mean well, but visits get shorter, less frequent, and sometimes canceled altogether. I don't blame them, it's the rhythm of life. But it stings when you realize the highlight of your week depends on whether someone remembers to stop by. 5. Privacy is a luxury in a nursing home. Walls are thin and personal space is limited. If you have a roommate, you share more of your life than you'd like. Habits, moods, even illnesses. Conversations aren't private, staff walk in and out, and suddenly you feel exposed in a way that erodes your sense of self. Privacy isn't just about space. It's about dignity, and here it's a constant battle. 6. You start to feel forgotten. This is the hardest truth of all. Outside these walls, life keeps moving: birthdays, weddings, new jobs, family vacations. Inside, days blur together. You begin to feel like you're waiting, as though the world has left you behind. And that's a crushing realization, not just that you're aging, but that you're slowly fading from the story of your own family's life. Final words of wisdom. I'm not saying nursing homes are all bad. For some, they're necessary and even life-saving. But if you're imagining a carefree, social, easy life here, think again. It's not the warm community brochure's promise, it's a trade-off. You trade independence for safety, privacy for care, and sometimes love for convenience. If you or your loved ones are weighing this decision, please think carefully. Explore alternatives: in-home care, assisted living, or family support. Because once you step into this world, the reality is very different from the dream you're sold. Take it from me, don't let the idea of being a burden force you into a choice you might regret. Home, no matter how messy or challenging, carries a kind of freedom and dignity that no facility can replicate. That's the wisdom I've learned the hard way. And I hope sharing it helps someone else before they make the same mistake.